There is a script running inside your mind, one you didn't write, one you don't remember learning, one you obey every single day without question, without awareness, without resistance. It shapes your thoughts, it shapes your reactions, it shapes the way you speak, the way you love, the way you trust, the way you fear, and the way you live. It is the silent author of your life. But today, you're going to decode it, because until you understand this hidden script, you're not thinking, you're being programmed. Every human mind carries a script, a psychological blueprint built long before adulthood. You didn't choose it, you absorbed it, from the way your parents spoke to each other, to the way your teachers reacted when you failed, to the way friends treated you, to the wounds you never healed. Every moment wrote a line in the code of your subconscious. And now, as an adult, you're living out patterns that were installed before you knew what patterns were. The thoughts you repeat, the fears you carry, the choices you make, the relationships you attract, the limits you obey. They're not random, they're scripts. Your subconscious mind is 95% of your mental activity. 95%. It decides before you decide. It reacts before you think. It believes before you understand. It's fast. It's emotional. It's ancient. It doesn't speak with words. It speaks with patterns, with memories, with associations, with wounds. And when something reminds it of danger, even danger from years ago, it rewrites your behavior in an instant. That is why you avoid opportunities, why you overthink, why you attract the same kind of people, why you sabotage the things you want. Your subconscious isn't trying to ruin you, it's trying to protect you, based on outdated information. The hidden script running your mind was written for one purpose: survival. Not happiness, not success, not confidence, not greatness, just survival. If you grew up in chaos, your script tells you to stay alert. If you grew up unseen, your script tells you to stay small. If you grew up criticized, your script tells you never to try. If you grew up abandoned, your script tells you not to trust. If you grew up controlled, your script tells you not to choose. This script becomes your default setting, your autopilot, your invisible prison. And most people live their entire lives never realizing that the bars are inside their own mind. In a world that constantly tries to define us by external standards, taking the time to decode oneself is an act of rebellion and enlightenment. Decoding oneself is not just about understanding your personality or preferences, it's about unraveling the deep-seated narratives, beliefs, and values that guide your decisions and behaviors. It's a journey that requires courage, honesty, and vulnerability. The mirror of self-reflection. Self-reflection is the first step in decoding oneself. This involves looking inward to observe your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Reflective practices like journaling, meditation, or therapy can facilitate this process. By holding up a mirror to your inner world, you start to see patterns and themes that define your unique self. The language of emotions are the silent whispers of our innermost desires and fears. They guide us to our needs and values. Engaging with our emotions, identifying, accepting, and managing them helps us decode the messages they carry. This emotional fluency is a crucial component of self-discovery. The map of experiences. Our past experiences shape who we are. By examining the events that have left a mark on our lives, we can gain insights into our current behavior and attitudes. Decoding these experiences is like reading a map that leads to our present self, helping us navigate future choices more wisely. The blueprint of beliefs are the blueprints that construct our reality. Decoding these foundational thoughts reveals how they influence our daily lives. Challenging limiting beliefs and reinforcing empowering ones can reshape our world. Cognitive behavioral techniques can assist in identifying and altering these core beliefs. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because the script inside you doesn't match the life you want to live. You want growth, but your script wants safety. You want confidence, but your script fears being seen. You want connection, but your script protects you from watching hurt. You want freedom. Search and what's insert, but your script repeats familiar patterns. It's not your dreams that control you. It's your programming. Until you decode it, your future will repeat your past. Here is the truth people avoid. You cannot change your life until you change your script. Because honestly, behavior is not the beginning. Behavior is the result. The beginning is belief. The beginning is identity. The beginning is the invisible story you tell yourself without even knowing it. When you rewrite the story, you rewrite the person. When you rewrite the person, you rewrite the life. And it all begins with awareness. To decode your hidden script, ask yourself, what patterns do I keep repeating? Patterns are code. What emotions control my decisions? Emotions are code. What environments feel familiar? Familiarity is code. What beliefs do I hold without questioning them? Beliefs are code. What am I terrified of? Fear is the deepest code of all. Every answer you find is another line of programming revealed. Every realization is a key in the lock. Your mind becomes readable, hackable, reprogrammable. For the first time you begin to see the difference between who you are and what you were taught to be. Once you decode the script, the next step is to rewrite it. Not by forcing change, not by faking confidence, not by repeating empty affirmations, but by introducing new emotional experiences, new beliefs, new self-stories, new patterns. You teach your subconscious a new language, and slowly, the old code loses power. The old identity dissolves. The old wounds stop directing your life. This is not motivation. This is not positivity. This is psychological evolution. There is a version of you that exists beyond the script, a you that isn't defined by fear, a you that isn't imprisoned by memory, a you that isn't repeating someone else's story. That version of you is not imaginary, it is simply hidden beneath layers of old programming. Decode yourself, and you meet the real you for the first time. You become the author instead of the character. You become the programmer instead of the program. You become conscious instead of conditioned. This is the moment your life becomes yours. Your life. Your mind is running a script. It has controlled you long enough. Now, it's time to take the pen back, to rewrite the code, to reclaim your identity, to become the person you were always meant to be. This is Mind Scripted, where you don't just understand your mind, you decode it.